The Alabama Peace Officer Standards and Training Commission, or APOST, is saying that it intends to revoke the law enforcement certification of Walker County Sheriff Nick Smith and his Chief Deputy Ralph Williams.
All of this coming just weeks after those two were indicted. Now, they're accused of knowingly hiring school resource officers to serve in law enforcement, even if he does lose his APOST certification. Smith will still be able to serve as sheriff because the law does not require sheriffs to have that certification. It does require deputy sheriffs and deputies to be certified. APOST telling us both Sheriff Smith and Williams will be notified and will get to argue their cases at a hearing.
Your reporter Josh Gant joining us with more on this story. And Josh, you talked to a former Birmingham police chief who believes this law needs to change. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Brittany C., former longtime Birmingham Police Chief A.C. Roper feels a sheriff needs to be certified, especially if you are leading a law enforcement agency. As we've reported, state law does not require a sheriff to be certified due to being an elected constitutional officer. That's according to APOST. State law does require, though, all deputy sheriffs and other law enforcement officers to be certified. Former Birmingham Police Chief A.C. Roper believes that also needs to be in place for a sheriff, someone who is in charge of the agency. He says it comes down to leading by example.
If you're going to lead a law enforcement agency, it would be pragmatic for that chief law enforcement officer, in this case the sheriff, to have the powers of arrest, the power to investigate, the power to carry a weapon as a law enforcement officer. If not, you really have a discombobulated type of leadership system where the sheriff is telling people to go enforce the law, but he is not authorized to enforce the law.
Roper says from a law enforcement perspective, they are enforcing the laws upon others, so he says it stands to reason that they should live and abide by those same laws, and that state certification should be a necessary part of that. Now, we did reach out to Sheriff Smith for a statement, and we are still waiting to hear back.